All right. Now, if you are an employer, if you own a business and you have employed some employees, either you are a female employer or a male employer, then I'm afraid that you might need to avoid these three things, right? And the first one is, number one, is what we call labor turnover. You understand what I say by labor turnover? Labor turnover is ile unapatanga mara umeemploy huyu, umefuta hawa. That is labor turnover. The rate at which employees get into an organization or get out of the organization, right? So they are either being fired and hired, fired and hired. Do you know the reason why you should avoid this behavior? Number one, when you employ someone, they are not conversant with what is being done in that particular organization. That means they have to undergo some special training about what is going in that organization. Number one, environmental training. Number two, structural training of the company. And number four, the general work procedure of that particular company. Now, when you train those employees, you undergo a cost, that training cost that you normally incur, and the time and whatever. So when you start firing employees and rehiring again, number one, you are wasting money to train those employees, right? So that they can be able to perform the duties that they are being expected. You know, you might have employees who have the qualifications. For example, if you needed an accountant, you might have an employee who is an accountant, right? Who has the skills of accounting. But again, this person is not familiar with what is being done in that organization. So they have to undergo training so that they can be able to perform the duties. All right. Now, the other thing is, if for you not to start firing employees, you encourage them to work. All right. Because in most cases, employees will start misbehaving if they are not satisfied with that organization, or if they are not satisfied with the treatment that they are being given by either the managers or their employers in that particular organization. So you need to respect them so that they can give you the maximum results that you need out of the duties that they perform. So you as an employer, you need to avoid this hiring and firing employees. Number one, it's going to cost you time. It's going to cost you money. It's going to ruin your organizational reputation, because when you fire someone, they will start saying, hiyo kampuni siwezi rudi, huko siwezi rudi, huyu anashinda akifutafuta watu nini, ndio maana hata hiyo kampuni yake haiwezi endelea. You see, even they are full of, negative attitude inside them, and they cannot recommend even anyone in that particular organization. So you need to stop labor turnover if you want your business to run smoothly. Here we are just talking about the tips on how to make sure that your business is running smoothly if you are that person who owns that business and you have employed someone. Now, point number two is romantic relationships with your employees, all right? Romantic relationships with your employees. Yeah. Romantic relationships with your employees. If you're a male employer, you're having romantic relationships with your female employees, and vice versa. This one is very bad. You know, without even considering the worst case scenario, what can happen if you have a romantic relationship with your employer, with your employee, assuming that you went on and had sex with someone that you have employed in a certain sector in your organization. You know, these people, they will start disrespecting you. And when you have a romantic relationship with someone, munakaanga ni kama mmetoshana up to a certain level. So you start munaweza jibizana nini, and you lose your dignity, you lose your respect from these employees. The worst case scenario is whereby when they misbehave and you need to fire them and replace them with other people, you are afraid of the information that might be leaked to other employees, and you don't want to lose your reputation as the employer. So here it's something that you are supposed to avoid, and it cannot cause, that's not even the worst case scenario. your organization is not going to run as smooth as possible, because we'll be looking at each other as if, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? And it's not a good behavior in an organization. So you need to preserve and ensure there is organizational ethics in the workplace. Avoid anything that may contradict the work that is being done in that particular organization. And this is one way to make sure that your business or your organization is running smoothly. So you need to maintain optimum, what we call professional behavior or professional relationships with your employees, so that to make sure that your organization is running smoothly. Number 3, and this one is it's very important, is hiring your family members. Kuna organization ukienda unapata extended family members ndio wanafanya kazi huko, the cousin of so and so, the sister of so and so, my brother's son, and so on and so on. Do you know the reason why you are supposed to avoid hiring your family members in your company or in your business? Number 1, you know blood is thicker than water, and if they misbehave, you feel that you cannot replace them because you don't want to lose your reputation in your family. All right? Unapata secretary wako ni mtoto wa sistako, that is blood, and the secretary is not doing well, or he or she is coming late, just general misbehavior in an organization, or the ethics are very poor, and you feel that you need to replace this particular person. You are tied, your hands are tied, because you cannot be able to replace this person simply because she is your niece or your nephew or something, and therefore your business is not running as possible. And then when you get even feedback from your customers that this person has not served me well, oh, she talked to me like this, oh, like this and that, a lot of complaints and negative feedback from your clients, and you feel that you cannot replace them because they belong to your family. So blood is thicker than water. And make sure that when you employ people, don't employ someone who is tied to you in form of blood, because when it comes to organization structure and how that you can be able to restructure the organization, it will be hard because you have a lot of family members. Unapata wengine, kuna mtu ameemploy auntie yake, anko yake. Sasa utafukuza anko yako kwa organization ama kutaenda aje? Can you be very careful on who you hire in your organization? But at all costs, you need to avoid hiring family members in your organization. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are 3 things. If you are an employer, a male or a female, avoid labor turnover, firing and hiring people, but incite them and on how to work on and make sure that they are satisfied. Romantic relationships, very important. You need to make sure that this one you avoid at all costs. And of course, hiring your family members is something that you need to stay away from if you want your business to run smoothly. All right, now ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. This is very helpful. You can utilize the points. And this is John Mweri with XFinop Accountancy and Insurance Consultancy. All right, thank you. And if you need anything to do with consultancy, if you need to ask a question, guidance about money market funds and every business that you need, or any financial information, you have my number, is on the bio. You just need to WhatsApp me there, and then I'll be able to contact you. All right, thank you so much and have a nice time. We meet in our next video.